Alright, in this video I'll be putting in a digital deadbolt in my front door. And I'm going to move this deadbolt into my side door, which currently is being protected with a sock. I'm going to be putting in a Weiser halo, which is the same as a quickset halo because I believe Black & Decker bought quickset and Weiser. To get this thing out, there's just two bolts on the back. This is what the Weiser halo looks like. My go-to move for getting the locks and door handles for a cheaper price is to find the store that's selling it for the most, either Lowe's or Home Depot, because they give 10% off the lowest price advertised. I then bring that in and get them to price match it. So for this, I did buy it at Home Depot. However, I price matched it at Canadian Tire, which was the lowest price, and I got 10% off that. So I ended up getting $70 off the price that Home Depot was originally advertising this thing for. And I do that all the time for lock and door hardware. Works all the time. Here's the digital keypad for the Halo. That's the part that goes on the outside. Generally, you need that ring that comes with the door, depending on how big the deadbolt hole is that you have drilled out. And this is the interior piece that'll go on the inside of the house. And there's a little mounting plate attached to that, which I'll pull out later. So obviously I got it in black. I believe it only comes in about 3 colors, maybe bronze, silver, or whatever, brushed aluminum and black. Then obviously it comes with a few bags of bolts. It comes with a few different types of deadbolt options. I'm going to go for the one that's already in the door, which is this little guy here with the rectangular black piece that screws into the door. Obviously more bolts for mounting, and then it comes with 4 batteries. I've heard that these chew up batteries pretty fast. I'm not sure, we'll find out I guess. Obviously it comes with some keys, some more batteries, and it comes with some instruction manuals. I found out if you go download the app, you can also skim through the app and it'll give you the instructions there as well. So 2 options, English or Francais. I'll go English. And the first thing I'm going to do is remove the 2 bolts out of the back of the old deadbolt and get a look at the rest of the deadbolt hardware. I was hoping the actual deadbolt was going to be the exact same for this deadbolt as well as the new one, but holding them up side by side, you can see there's some definite differences. So I'll pull the old one out and put this new one in. So to completely remove the deadbolt, there are just 2 screws holding it in place. And once those are out, the deadbolt will slide right out the front. So 1, 2, screwdriver in the little deadbolt hole and use that to push it forward. With the old one out, I'll get ready to transfer that to the other door and I'll put this new one in. And although it is a different style, everything lines up well because obviously it's all Weiser products, so moving from Weiser to Weiser is not an issue. If you're going from a different company's product to a Weiser product or to Quickset or whatever, maybe it wouldn't line up quite as well. Okay, now that the deadbolt portion is in, I'll get the keypad on. Like I said, I usually put that ring on. In fact, I don't think I've ever not used that ring. And then there's the back plate with the 2 bolts. So the electrical cable goes underneath the deadbolt, and then obviously you just need to line everything up with the holes on the inside. So once the keypad's on, I'll put this little back plate on. Again, just making sure that the electrical connection is through it in the right spot, and then take the bolts. Again, put this video in fast motion, try to save some time here, and then screw the back plate onto the keypad. Okay, now that that's on, I'm just going to give it a quick test to make sure that everything's aligned well. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just tighten those 2 bolts down so I'm satisfied everything's lined up well. So just grab it while there's still a little bit of daylight since it gets so dark so early. So now I'll take the cover off the battery holder. And I guess there's some electronics in this box as well. You need to make sure that little triangle thing is oriented in that direction. And you need to remove the little battery pack. So we're going to put the batteries in there last. Hook up the electrical connector and just tuck it back into the box. When you mount the electronics here, the deadbolt has to be fully extended and then it'll fit in properly. If it's all the way retracted, it won't line up properly. So now that that's in place, there's just 2 screws that go onto the sides and hold it into place. So I'll get those in there. And now I'm ready to throw the battery pack in. Now, as soon as you put the battery pack in, it's going to basically do a locking cycle so that the lock can learn the dimensions of your door frame. And that'll help set the position. So you can see it extended the deadbolt. I didn't get a good video of that, but whatever, it's fine. And you can see now the keypad is working. Obviously, I haven't programmed it yet though. You could put a screw in the back of the cover, or you can leave the screw out so that you could actually lift this cover plate to access the batteries. And now I'll reinstall the electronics cover, and it comes with 3 very small black screws. There are 2 that go on the side and 1 that go into the bottom. And always test things as you're working around, so that if you do something and it makes the deadbolt get a little bit jammed up, you can undo what you did. Now to set the key, I'll take the key that came with the door lock, as well as their little smart key tool, and insert that into the lock and lock the door. Now I'm going to insert the key that I use for every other door lock into the lock, and I'm going to lock it. And that is the whole process for rekeying your door. I really do love this smart lock thing that they got going on here for rekeying things. It is the most convenient thing you could imagine. And everything is working good. So the door locks no problem. It doesn't jam or bind up on anything. And obviously it opens just fine. Now to set your password, you need to download the Weiser app. Yes, it has a 1.8 star rating, but actually I found it pretty useful. So there's some installation tips there. You can follow those, but it really guides you through the process. So create a home, name your home, hit OK a bunch of times. Eventually it's going to ask for your email address and make a password, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to go to the add a lock feature, and you need Bluetooth working on your phone. So now you go over to your lock with Bluetooth on your phone, push the top left button on the back side of the lock, little blue light will flash and it'll start syncing to your phone. This does take a few minutes, so if you're in a rush, you might want to wait for doing this when you have about an hour free. Because as soon as it syncs, it's going to ask you to update firmware, and that's going to take about 20 minutes. So I'll hit update firmware. I'll skip ahead 20 minutes into the future here, and it's going to look for my Wi-Fi. It's going to find your home, but then you also have to enter your password. So everything needs to be working to make this happen. Once you enter your Wi-Fi, it's going to start doing some stuff like, I don't know what it's doing, connecting to the cloud, attaching the lock to your home, that kind of thing. And that takes a while too. So a lot of standing around while the lock is thinking. Now you just enter your password that you want to use and hit enter. Overall, I found it very easy despite the very low rating this app gets. So you can see as soon as I lock or unlock the door, about 2 seconds later, the phone picks it up. And I've also set it for an auto lock feature, so if you unlock it, it'll lock back after 30 seconds, and I'll show you that here. And you'll see it go while I'm talking. Overall, I found this was very easy to set up, and even though the app gets a terrible rating, it's okay as well. And for the next day here, I'll just show you the other door really quickly. Looks like that. That's what the new deadbolt looks like, and I had a video on putting this door in a while ago. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.